All right, welcome back. Thanks for bearing with me on the last couple videos. I just created a demo video for Security Issuances Part 1, or I guess Part 3A. I want to dive into Part B, 3B here. Again, my name is Ridinar, and I am a equity compensation associate with 3 years of Carta experience helping private companies manage their cap tables. And if you need help managing your cap table, you can contact me at comp.equity@gmail.com, and I'd be happy to help you. But without further ado, again, I'm logged in on tour.carta.com, where you can log in as a company administrator, an employee, or an investor. Let's log in as a company admin, bypass this 2FA step. Just to reiterate, I went through each of the security issuance tools here under shares, equity awards, warrants, and convertibles, and I'm making a Part 3B to allow for us to dive into the other tools here. So I'm just going to start with review exercises. This tool is pretty straightforward. It's going to give you a history of all option exercises that employees had performed at your company. It's going to give you a table with information around the request date of the exercise, the individual, the grant, type of grant exercise, which is relatively important, as Carta provides some tax form assistance with Form 3921, the tax form for ISO option exercises. So that's a great tool that Carta offers. Typically that's found under the compliance and tax section. The fair market value of the option grant, the quantity exercised, the price per share that they had paid, the total exercise cost should include maybe just exercise amount plus taxes if, say, it's an NSO. If you have questions around the different tax implications around option exercises, definitely consult a tax professional. But what I commonly see is for incentive stock options or ISOs, they typically are not taxed upon exercise, but NSOs are, and then both of which are taxed upon sale. That's kind of the incentive around an incentive stock option. Typically, those are given to full-time U.S. employees, but there are some caveats. Here, taxes withheld, the type of exercise, whether it's ACH through the Carta platform or manually offline, and if the exercise was approved or declined. There are a few additional features to this that are not overly intuitive. If you go to filter, you should be able to search for different types of exercises. Let's see if I can find what I'm looking for here. Okay. Interesting. Okay. So I wanted to find this 83B field. If you filter for has been early exercised, you're going to be able to find information around whether or not an 83B was generated and submitted to the IRS. This is important around early exercises, and definitely consult your tax professionals to better understand this tax form associated with early exercises. And then again, for your employees, it might be beneficial for them to take advantage of early exercising. It may be, might not be advantageous. So that's where they'll want to talk to their tax professional. But this is a little bit hidden. If you search for early exercised option grants, you'll find information around the 83B in the company admin instance. Let's go to a complicated one, manage share classes. So this tool and dashboard is going to give you a table of your existing share classes, as well as give you the ability to modify and add new share classes. So this is relevant and helpful and useful around, again, price rounds, where you're maybe creating a new round, a series A, B, C, what have you. And you need to issue some more securities, maybe convert some convertibles and safes into the new share class. But this is going to give you a handful of information around preferences, rights and preferences. So fields such as the par value, seniority, pari passu, original issue price, conversion ratio, multiplier. Are they participating? Is there a cap to that participation? Dividends, dividend yields. Carta doesn't allow for the release of dividends, but it will calculate it will calculate dividends for you if you'd like. If you need help with that, definitely contact our support team and they can help walk you through that specific feature. Looks like we have the ability to convert share classes here as well. So if we wanted to convert all of Series A to common or all of Series C2 to common, you could probably do that here. And again, all this information is typically captured within a specific articles of incorporation document or certificate of incorporation. Let's see. Yeah, this is typically stored in our documents folder under company documents. You'll find incorporation documents here. Typically, that's where we like to see those uploaded. Let's see. I guess I will try and walk through creating a new share class. Let's see if this works. It's going to probably require me to upload a file. So say we have a new price round. I don't want to drop in a new file. It's pretty straightforward. It's going to allow for you to create the new share class, drop in your articles of incorporation. What's the filing date of that AOI or COI? Title it. And then it's going to ask for you to input all of the rights and preferences associated with the price round here. Not too bad, but if you get stuck, definitely contact our support team. This will give you visibility into different versions of your AOI, I believe. If say there's an old filing date, you can toggle to that and it's going to adjust. What did the cap table, what were the different share classes that were available back on that given date? All right, equity plans. This is where you'll find information around your equity plans. You can create a new equity plan or modify existing equity plans here. We see that there is a 2023 equity plan that has been fully issued out. All 45 million shares have been issued out. Oh, excuse me. Nope. We did a pour over here. We poured these into the 2024 equity plan. But yeah, we have a pour over feature. You can create a new plan here in the upper right-hand corner. You can upload an existing plan. Say you have a plan that was created by your attorneys, or you want to create a brand new one through Carta. You can do that here. And we're going to give you some relevant information that's going to make the process pretty seamless. And then if I want to make a modification to the equity plan, I can select the three vertical dots to the right of that equity plan, edit and amend, or I can terminate it. So here you can amend the plan or you can edit the existing plan inputs information. I'm going to select edit. Handful of information I can modify, the total reserved, board approved date, any documentation you want to include, the term and expiration of the plan, as well as exercise periods and repurchase periods. Pretty straightforward to edit and modify. Just have to select update amendment once you've inputted the changes. And then similarly, if I wanted to just add a new amendment, it's going to look very similar. Just input the amended document, the amended equity incentive plan document, as well as all required fields denoted with a red asterisk. Pretty straightforward. We'll go to securities templates. I spoke to this a little bit when we were talking about drafting and issuing a option grant, but this is typically where companies are going to store their required documents for option grant issuances. That's what I'm typically seeing. Maybe it's used for other security types such as RSUs or RSAs or SARs, but I'm typically seeing this on most commonly upon an option issuance. So there are many that are already added here, but like I alluded to, Carta only allows for you to issue an option grant if you have three required documents attached to it: the form of option agreement, the form of exercise agreement, and the equity incentive plan document. So we have them inputted here already, but you can create a new one here by selecting the black button in the top right-hand corner of the page. You can title it what you'd like to title it. Say it's specific to an ISO issuance. You can title it ISO option grants or 2024 option grants, what have you. Type of security is it for, and input the documents. Pretty straightforward. We have the ability to add legends. I believe this is typically the legal verbiage on the back of the electronic certificate or security. We have a default one, and then you can add your own legal verbiage, jargon, what have you. If your attorneys do advise that you adjust this, you can definitely create a new one here by selecting that black button. Just adjust the verbiage in this text box. Vesting schedule. This is pretty important, especially around option issuances. We do have default vesting schedules. The one I'm most commonly seeing is a 1/48th kind of monthly 1-year cliff, which I believe is this one, which effectively means the employee that's receiving the option grant's only receiving the first quarter of the grant vested in full after being employed with the company for over a year. And then the rest, the other 3/4 of the grant will vest monthly thereafter. Some companies do this quarterly, some companies do this daily, annually, what have you. You can create your own vesting schedule here. We have a different types of schedules you can create. You can create a standard one or a custom one. The custom one's pretty manual, where you're inputting tranche by tranche. What is the length, the frequency, the quantity on a percentage basis, not quantity. What's the percentage of the total grant that will effectively give you a quantity of each tranche? And are there performance conditions associated with each of these tranches vesting? Pretty important part of the platform, as most companies are using Carta to get a 409A evaluation and issue option grants to their existing employees or new hires. Performance conditions. I spoke to this a moment around vesting schedules. You can create your own performance condition. Say, for example, you have an account executive or someone on the sales team that has a quota, and their vesting is tied to their quota. Say they need to meet a specific revenue target or a specific quota target. And it only vests if you meet that performance condition. You can create that performance condition here and tie it to the grant. So this is where it gets a little bit tricky with the vesting schedules. But again, if you do run into this, we do have some support articles as well as our dedicated support team that are very well versed and very well trained in creating custom vesting schedules. So definitely give them a call. And then we have acceleration terms. So pretty straightforward, single trigger, double trigger. This is probably something that you're going to be talking to your attorneys about, but it's just a capability typically around vesting for securities, maybe like an option grant or what have you. But we have the ability to create acceleration terms and attach that to a security as well. And then lastly, but not least, we have secondaries. Carta does have the ability to help your company run a tender offer event. It's going to give a history of any tender offers that might have occurred. If this is something that your company is interested in, definitely go to the tender offers tab on the left-hand side of the page and get in contact with our sales team, and they can better understand whether or not your transaction meets the requirements of our team hosting the tender offer event. And I think this is a really nice offering that Carta provides that many other cap table providers do not. All right, so I believe that was the last part of the securities section. I'm going to stop the video here. The next section, part 4, will be fundraising. We're going to dive into modeling a price round, running a waterfall exit scenario or model, going through the financing history as well as safe financings. So appreciate you taking the time to listen to this video. If you found it useful, definitely like the video below, subscribe to the channel. I'm going to be releasing videos regularly, hopefully on a daily basis. And if you need help managing your cap table, you can contact me at comp.equity@gmail.com. Again, my name is Reed Dinar, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. All right, talk soon. Bye.